Please like, subscribe, and comment if you like our videos. Lagos, the beating heart of Africa, a city that never sleeps, where ambition burns brighter than the streetlights, and fortunes are carved out of sheer will, out of hustle, out of relentless drive. In this dazzling, dangerous jungle of concrete and charisma, stars don't just rise, they explode, burning with a furious intensity that lights up the entire continent, casting long shadows of envy. But sometimes, the most blinding lights, the most captivating dreams, are extinguished, not by the natural ebb and flow of fame, but by the darkest, most intimate of betrayals. This is the raw, unvarnished, and utterly gripping story of Zara, a sensational artist who once conquered the airwaves, commanding the attention of millions, only to face a betrayal so profound, so devastating, it shattered her reputation, her burgeoning career, and tore apart every single thread of trust she had ever woven. Just 3 short years ago, Zara wasn't gracing magazine covers or headlining sold-out festivals at the Echo Convention Center. No, she was grinding. She was that tenacious girl from the bustling, vibrant streets of Surulere, armed with a voice that could slice through the loudest Lagos traffic, a voice that carried the very soul of 1,000 untold stories, the resilience of her ancestors, the yearning of modern youth, the pulse of a city always moving. Her early stages, any open mic night that would have her, any small bar with a dodgy sound system where sweat dripped from the ceiling and the air vibrated with hopeful energy. Sometimes just a communal compound after dark, where neighbors gathered on plastic chairs, lost in the pure, unadulterated magic of her spontaneous performances. She wasn't just singing songs, she was pouring her very essence, her life force, into every note, a raw, unpolished diamond, yearning for its moment in the sun. Every penny saved from odd jobs, selling cold drinks in traffic, braiding hair, tutoring, went into studio time, precious minutes she couldn't afford to waste. Every spare moment was spent meticulously crafting lyrics, weaving personal narratives into universal anthems. She uploaded heartfelt, unedited videos to Instagram, raw clips shot on a borrowed phone, hoping, praying for just a flicker of recognition in the endless scroll of a million other hopefuls, each vying for that single, elusive, viral spark that could change everything. And then, the explosion. Her first independent single, Fire in My Veins, hit like a hurricane, a wildfire consuming the charts, not just locally, but globally. It wasn't just a song, it was an anthem for every young Nigerian who dared to dream beyond their circumstances. A melody that articulated the hunger for success and the vibrant, undeniable energy of youth. It topped charts in Accra, Ghana, echoed through packed clubs in London's Brixton, and even found its way onto coveted playlists in New York and Atlanta. Zara was no longer just a local talent. She was a global phenomenon. The new queen of Afrobeats. Her name, chanted from the exclusive, glittering clubs of Victoria Island to the bustling, dusty, vibrant markets of Balogun. The media clamored for interviews. A dizzying array of radio shows and television stations begged for her presence. Photographers chased her every move. The entire world seemed to hold its breath, waiting for her next hit, her next iconic moment. And right there, bathed in the blinding flash of her newfound fame, was Femi, her manager, her confidant, the closest thing she had to family in this dizzying, deceptive industry. He was smooth, impeccably dressed, charismatic enough to charm the most hardened executives. He was her shield, her strategist, her ride or die. He brokered her multi-million naira endorsement deals with global brands, silenced her critics with a well-placed word, promised her a dynasty that would transcend continents. Zara trusted him, blindly, completely. He was her rock in a sea of sharks, a loyal guardian in a world rife with opportunists and hidden agendas. She had even convinced her skeptical parents, who once wanted her to become a doctor or lawyer, that Femi was a man of integrity, someone she could truly rely on. Their collaboration felt like destiny. Zara supplied the raw talent. Femi orchestrated the empire. "You see, Zara," he'd often say, flashing his $1,000,000 smile, "we are untouchable. A force. Who can come between us?" Zara would laugh. "Nobody, Femi. Nobody at all. We're family." He was there for every high. When her album went platinum, when she sold out her first arena, when she signed that huge international deal, he'd hug her tightly and whisper, "I told you, Zara, this is just the beginning for us." But in hindsight, Zara would realize that us had always been a lie. As her star ascended, a subtle shift began. Endless meetings, jet setting from Lagos to LA, the insatiable demands of fame. It created a pressure cooker. Femi began to assert more control. He dismissed her new ideas, pushed inauthentic collaborations, isolated her from old friends, even her sister, told her they were distractions, bad influences. He chipped away at her self-confidence. "Zara, your voice is everything, but without my connections, where would you be?" He saw her fame not as a shared victory, but a throne he could never sit on. She got the cheers, the glory. He felt he had made her, and he wanted her light for himself. Then came the moment that changed everything. After an 18-hour shoot for her new single, Zara returned to her penthouse suite, her sanctuary, exhausted, raw. She let her guard down. She had a private encounter with a powerful, married industry figure. A mistake, but one she believed would remain secret. But Femi had planned it. Under the guise of upgrading her security, he installed a hidden camera, a tiny device disguised as a charger, positioned perfectly to capture every moment. He uploaded the footage, and then he leaked it to Niger Gist Central, one of the most ruthless gossip blog in Lagos. The internet exploded. The video went viral. Screenshots everywhere. Headlines screamed, "Shameless," "Disgusting," "Cancelled." Endorsement deals disappeared. Her phone became a weapon of shame. Her mother called, trembling with emotion. "Zara, what have you done? Your father almost collapsed. The whole church group is calling." The man in the video released a statement denying everything. Zara was left alone to bear the brunt. Her publicist quit. Her label went silent. The world turned cold. Zara was cancelled. She packed a small bag, left her penthouse, returned to her ancestral village, back to her roots, to heal. Her grandmother, Doris, welcomed her with open arms, cooked for her, sat with her, listened without judgment. "My child," she said, The deepest cuts come from those closest to us. But shame passes. God's grace endures. Use this pain. Let it forge you anew. Zara began to see the signs she had missed. Femi's sudden wealth, his evasiveness, the strange equipment. It all made sense now. She gathered the evidence, the financial records, a confession from the junior engineer. It was all there. Zara returned to Lagos. Stronger, she arranged a meeting. Femi, she said, this isn't about a comeback. It's about the truth. Femi laughed nervously. Truth? I've been trying to save your career. No, you set me up. You leaked that video, and I have proof. She slid a folder across the table. Femi's mask slipped. You were always too soft, Zara. I made you. I can break you again. Zara stood tall. You didn't make me. God did. And you won't break me again. This is over. She walked away. She rented a small studio in Yaba, created music for herself, shared it anonymously, let her art speak. She released a video, honest, vulnerable, about pain, forgiveness, truth. It went viral. People listened. They heard the soul behind the scandal, the survivor behind the shame. Her music rose again, not because of PR, but because of raw talent, authenticity, spirit. She soared, higher than ever, because she had faced the fire and emerged gold. Her parents, once ashamed, now told everyone, that's our Zara. She fell, but God lifted her. Femi faced the consequences, legally, financially, publicly. Zara's story became more than a scandal. It became a legend of resilience, of truth, of a woman who refused to be broken. And in the heart of Lagos, where dreams rise and fall, her voice rose again, clearer, stronger, and more unforgettable than ever. Please like and subscribe if you like our videos. What tale do you want next? Tell us in the comment section.